Good morning, Dad. Today, I have a confession. I have something on my chest that I've been storing for years, decades, in fact. Let's go way back, like 1998, okay? Do you remember? Okay, so 1998. First of all, the best year ever. Do you know why? Because the greatest movie ever filmed, Godzilla 1998, came out. I don't know if you remember that movie. You did buy it for me, and I watched it a lot. I know a lot of people criticize it, but when you're a kid, you like what you like. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm just setting the stage. We lived in that fourplex. Do you remember? There was like that angry guy that lived below us that had a tragic ending. I don't want to get into that. I don't want this video to be sad. But yeah, and then it was that apartment. And I was a kid, so I was 8 years old. It was probably about 7 or 8, I guess, depending on what time of the year this was. But I think it was about summer because I wasn't in school. And as you know, I am kind of attuned with nature in a sense. And by that I mean like I really like animals, and most animals seem to have some sort of affinity for me. I don't know why. There's always just been like this weird kinship or bond that I have with most animals. Even bugs and stuff, which is weird. Except for spiders. Spiders are evil. I do not get along with spiders, and spiders do not get along with me because they're not alive for very long. Point is, I was always doing weird animal experiments. Well, not experiments, but let's just say, at the time, I don't know why, but I really wanted an ant colony, like one of those ant farms. But, at the time, like, we weren't particularly wealthy, and I was always afraid to ask for things because I was just like, no, I know what the answer would be, like, we don't have the money or whatever. So I was like, well, what if I make my own ant farm? So I grabbed one of these, the lighting, Tic Tac container. So hence the title of this video being the Tic Tac ants. So I don't know where I got it from. I don't know if you had an empty one or if you bought me some Tic Tacs and I just had a empty container of Tic Tacs. But I was like, hey, this would make like the perfect little ant farm. You know what I mean? So I filled it up with like dirt, and then I put grass and stuff in there. So it was almost like a little terrarium for ants. And then I got a bunch of ants and I put them in there, and they were climbing all over the grass, and I'm pretty sure in their mind they were freaking out. What is this stupid kid doing? And then, I brought it inside and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, my ant farm. And I was pretty jazzed about it. And then I knew you'd be disapproving of me having the ant farm. I don't know if you would have been, but at the time, I was a very mischievous kid in this sense. Like, I wasn't up to no good. It was just, there was things I was interested in that I thought people would be disapproving of. So I did things without permission, such as making my own ant farm. I don't know, like, I guess in my mind I was like, oh, my dad's not going to let me have an ant farm. He's going to freak out because I have bugs in the house or something. So it was near time for you to come home. Like, in fact, I think your car pulled it up, and I was like, oh no, I gotta hide my ant farm. And don't ask me why, but I put, this is where it gets weird. I put my ant farm in your underwear drawer. Okay. So I don't know why my little brain was like, he'll never find it in his underwear drawer. Not my underwear drawer, your underwear drawer. Okay, so I put it in your underwear drawer, close it, and then you come in and you're doing your your normal thing, like whistling and singing and whatnot, and you're like, Troy, bop, 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 and you go in the kitchen, do your thing. So I come running out to greet you like I normally would. And it was probably like some casual situation where you're just like, hey son, how's the day going? And I was like, oh, it was okay, blah, blah, blah. And then, we just went about our normal night after that, watching TV or going for a walk. I think that was during the time that we went for a lot of walks. around the neighborhoods and whatnot. Point is, we go to bed, the night passes. In my mind, like I had gotten away with it. You were none the wiser. And the next day, you go to work, and I'm like, I gotta go see my aunts. And I rummage through your underwear drawer, pull out the Tic Tac container, and the ants were gone. There was no more ants in there. And I was like, oh no. Like immediately, I put it in your underwear drawer, and the first thing that went to my mind is like, my dad has ants in his pants right now. And like, I was just, the whole rest of that day, like I was just ruined. Like I was like, my dad is gonna be so mad because I put ants in his pants. And so anyway, the day passes, and I'm just dreading you coming home and being really upset about me putting ants in your pants. So you drive up, and I was like, oh no, I gotta go. Like I just went in my room, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend I don't know anything. So I'm gonna be in my room and just trying to avoid the situation. You come home, doing your singing, doing your dancing, whatever, whistling, and you call me. So I come walking out, not as excited. And then you were just like, hey, how's your day going, son? And I was like, oh, pretty good. Like, how was your day? And I just remember asking, like, how was your pants? and you kind of stopped. You were like, my pants? And I was like, yeah, your pants fine? And you were like, yeah, normal pants, I guess. Nothing wrong with them. And I was like, deep down inside, I was like, yes. There was no ants in his pants. So I got away with that one. I don't know if I've ever told you this story before. I don't think I have. I think I've kept that story to myself pretty well. But I had to confess it at some point. So now you know that there was a possibility that there might have been ants in your pants, and you just didn't even know it. But I don't know what happened to those ants. I'm assuming they escaped. Like, I know it's not like airtight, but these things are pretty, like, I don't know how they got out, is what I'm saying. Maybe ants are stronger than I even thought, and they like popped the lid off, escaped, and then closed it, because this was closed. Whatever. But I apologize for putting you in harm's way of having ants in your pants. But it happened, and there's a lot of stories of me doing mischievous things in that apartment. Again, not evil or malicious things, just me being a kid and it negatively impacting you in some sense. And maybe I could talk about more of those stories, some of them being the fish hooks in the carpet. That was probably the worst one. That was probably the worst one specifically for you, because I never had a fish hook in my foot. Anyway. To our viewers, if you like this story, please share it and like the video. It really helps us grow and pursue our dreams of making this channel better and hopefully getting out of the room and outside doing more exploratory things, and bringing my dad and me closer together, because that's the goal long term, is for more videos with me and my dad. And Dad, I apologize, but thank you for watching my video too. And I will see you next time, because that's about all I have. Peace out.